first one's got a visual element that I feel like I just wish there was like you could see little snippets visually in the audio format of podcasts.
Andrew, I wanted to mention, by the way, before I forget, that you get 1-star reviews was in my Spotify Wrapped this year. My #1 podcast on Spotify.
Take that. Yeah, Spotify. We're climbing up the rankings.
Higher than even my own podcast.
Well, I mean, we listen to it while we're editing, you know?
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, I will ride in the car with the kids and they'll be like, is that your voice? I'm like, yes, I'm not being vain. I'm doing my own research so I learn how to edit properly next time and quit getting complaints. Shout out to my friend Adam who listens to the show who gives me feedback on your editing sucks. Anyway, no, I love Adam. He'll text me later. Anyway, 1-star reviews. This is Andrew Van with the co-host of the Segments podcast and Alchemy Comedy, Manus and Lindsay Clancy.
Hello.
Hey.
Newlywed couples who love pizza, who don't like parks. Because sitting and eating is much better than hiking and sweating. So
yeah.
With that being said,
I feel like that's the easy choice.
Yeah,
that's true. I don't blame you. Today's episode is Brixx Wood-Fired Pizza and Craft Bar. I have a lot of fond memories of Brixx. I used to work, I think, over 15 years ago when Barnes & Noble first opened at the shops at Green Ridge. Maybe more than that. Maybe 17 years ago now I think about it. I worked there and Brixx opened up. And a group of us, like when we worked the night shift, we'd get off at like 11:30. We would walk over to Brixx, cross the parking lot, and just close out the bar till like 2:30 in the morning. Because, you know, when you're like 20-something years old, you don't pay rent. You're just like invincible. So you get hammered, eat pizza. And I think like after 11 o'clock, back in the day, I don't know if they still do, but it was like after 10 o'clock, it was like buy one, get one.
Yeah. They actually only recently modified this deal.
It's on like weekdays.
It's on like certain weeknights that they only do it now. Yeah. So like you can't get it on the weekends anymore.
But that was just like post-COVID, so I don't know if that's like
but pre-COVID, this place, if you went after 10 o'clock, you got 2-for-1 pizzas, and it was
sweet deal.
It was great. We used to go here if we were ever performing in
usually
the later
after,
shows
on
at
Thursdays.
Alchemy, you know, and we just wanted to like pick something up on our way home for dinner. We would go here all the time because it was such an awesome deal. And their pizza's pretty good. Yeah. We just talked in the Sidewall episode about what can make the difference in a good thin crust. And Brixx has a good thin crust.
They do.
You know,
they do.
They know what they're doing.
What is a weird flavor? Is it flavor pizza or like, I don't know, what would you call like the different styles of pizza? Like
specialty pizza.
Yeah, they do have a lot of different ones.
Yeah,
I had one back in the day. It was the BLT pizza. I don't know if you guys
Oh, that's interesting.
It's just real simple. It's like the crust, a layer, a little bit of mayonnaise, lettuce, tomato, bacon, and it was refreshing. It was like, oh, this is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you know what. Actually, one thing that unites each of the pizza places we're talking about today is the fact that they're big specialty pizza places. You know, like I don't necessarily go to any one of these places and order their regular pie or like a pepperoni pie or something.
Yeah.
Like Brixx, I always order the buffalo chicken pizza.
That's good.
Sometimes there's like a spicy shrimp pizza that I like sometimes. Or a sausage and honey one that's really good.
I remember that one. There's one that had like figs and honey, I think, at one point in time.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
like to get a pear pizza.
Yeah, I like to get the Thai chicken one.
Yeah. But they're great for the deal and just for their pizzas in general.
And also just being open late. I think like if you can actually get a full meal that's not like the snacky bar food at the end of the night, like if you actually can go sit down at a restaurant and get a full meal after 10 p.m., I'm always a fan of that.
Yeah, great spot.
So you said you had a good one right off the bat.
Oh
my God.
The #1 review on Google is hilarious already. Do you want to do this one or do you want me to read it?
You can read it if you want.
So there's a photo associated with it.
Of like a dumb teen face.
Yeah. Let's see if I can zoom in on it actually. Like, see the whole thing. So it's like 3 like shitty looking teens
in hoodies
standing out front of a Wild Wing cafe.
Just like trying to look hardcore.
Just, yeah, like trying to look tough or whatever. And they just look like, little dickheads.
Yeah.
And the review says, didn't want to seat us. Makes me wonder if they are trying to make profit or not. Went to another restaurant. They took us. We ate. They earned our money. All capitals on the earned. Take notes, Brixx. The pic below is us eating at Wild Wing Cafe.
Imagine being in Brixx's like corporate headquarters and giving a shit for a moment.
And like you have to read this.
Yeah.
Like can you? It's gonna be really bright. Let me see if I can turn my brightness all the way down.
Like, guys, take notes.
Like, can you see this kid?
Oh yeah, I got it up on my screen too. Like, just
we've been totally owned by Aaron and his two little friends.
What is the kid's name? What is Elliot? That's what he looks like. He looks like because Elliot wears a red hoodie in ET, and this wearing like a Bulldogs hoodie.
Elliot.
So yeah, like he's not tough. He's like maybe 17 top.
Oh, update. There's a couple down from team captains with a Z.
Wow.
Same teens.
Oh my god.
This happened before.
He's got his arms folded.
Also, this happened a week ago. That says, as soon as we walked in, we were stared down like a group of wild animals, and the staff promptly refused to seat us. Went to a neighboring restaurant and was instantly served. Will not return.
Oh my god!
Maybe a neighboring restaurant. They went across the bridge.
Like maybe you were acting like little dickheads, and the wait staff, probably rightfully so, didn't want to deal with you late at night.
Yeah,
I love the phrase "promptly refused."
I know. I think they're gonna survive without like the $30 bill that you were gonna spend.
Right. Yeah.
Like I think corporate Brixx will be okay.
Yeah. God, I'm like just scrolling now to see if the third friend is on here.
Well, there's a picture with that one too, and it's the same kid from the first one.
Yeah, that's crazy.
He's got his arms folded, like mean mugging the camera as hard as he could.
Ugh.
I want that. Like,
so embarrassing. Like, I hope he looks back. I hope he like grows into a functioning adult and then looks back and was like, wow, I'm really embarrassed that I did that. Remember that cool thing I did when I was 17?
Yeah, when he clears his internet history, he's going to find this and be like, oh, I got my friends to gang up on Brixx online.
And he's the one that's like his photos out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's one here. First, my pizza was 15 minutes late. Then both pizzas were burnt. The 4x4 pizza had very little meat. It should be called a no meat pizza. Third, both pizzas were ice cold. Not worth it. If your product is this bad, do not offer delivery. I am done with this place. Worst pizza I ever had.
I like never really trust when people say ice cold. Like it wasn't cold as ice.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't. Like I know that it wasn't because that would mean the pizza was frozen.
Yeah.
Like be realistic. If you're gonna, it probably was like room temp.
And Brixx is a pizza place, but it's also like a bar and restaurant.
Yeah.
It doesn't do in-house delivery.
So it's like probably
it's
DoorDash,
most likely at the hands of unfortunately,
or
your delivery driver
or
for whatever reason. Sometimes they're making multiple stops in a row, and something gets held up for whatever reason. You just gotta understand that just ordering delivery can be a roll of the dice sometimes
from anywhere.
Like
that's not a Brixx specific thing. Sometimes you get delivery and it's not as hot as it was in the restaurant because it's not in the restaurant anymore, and it hasn't been for like 20 minutes.
It's true.
One of them just said, "Go to Papa John's instead." LOL.
I did see that.
All right.
Yeah. You hate that kind of stuff.
Well, like also, do you hear this like conspiracy where like since Papa John himself got kicked off for being a racist off his own company, that he claims the quality has gone down so bad that he did like his own taste test to prove.
He said he can't stop eating it. He's eaten like 40 pizzas in 30 days. Like that was one of the things of like
what like weird
John Snatter can't stop eating
on his own pizza.
Like if they're that bad, wouldn't you stop?
No, it's the principle. It's the principle.
I guess.
Yeah. Goddamn. The guy, that's just a dude who's gone completely off the wagon.
Yeah.
And is probably going to be like, the governor of Nevada in a few years or something, for all we know.
Dude, what was it in the last episode? We read a quick review about someone staring at a customer's child, mixed race, something like that.
Oh my God!
It said like a waiter was like giving dirty looks to a mixed
in the
baby,
lobby of the restaurant,
like a mixed race baby or something.
I just found this one. This one's from a year ago. Very racist place. Had us waiting for over 30 minutes, and when white people come in, they would just sit them right away. Don't recommend at all. Poor service. And then this is actually a response from the owner. This is something I take very seriously. Please email me at greenville@brixpizza.com so we can discuss. I look forward to hear from you, General Manager.
Now, you hope that wasn't the reason, but also, none of us were there. I don't want to discount an experience.
Sure. I mean, I get it. There are things people like your point of view may not see something that maybe other people do, depending on how you were raised in your environment, right?
Absolutely.
Like I told the story this past summer. I may have told the story in the podcast. I don't think you guys are here, but like for listeners who may have listened, I apologize in advance, but it's a funny story either way. Hopefully you get a kick out of it. I take my kid to summer camp swimming at night at the YMCA, and my stepchild is Caucasian. I am Asian American. And so go put him in, set him up, swim instructor, whatever, turns around. There's an Indian boy in the pool with him. There's a African-American boy. There's a Caucasian girl and another like a child in the pool, all different races. Like it's like a little like mini Power Rangers set up here, like all the backgrounds. And on the bleachers, Indian father,
head in a tube,
African-American dad, Caucasian mother, looks very similar to the Caucasian child. And then there's me. And so the swim instructor like looks back at me, looks back at the kids, and she's like, "Sir, can I help you? Are you waiting for like a lane to swim in?" And I was like, "No, I'm waiting for my kid." And I don't think because of the echoing in the pool, she heard me, and all she heard was watching kids. She turned around really fast, and she was like doing a double take, like, "I'm sorry, what?" And I'm like, "I'm watching my kid," and then there's my kid like waving like this from across the pool, going, "Like that one's mine. I know it doesn't make sense. I'm sorry."
Right. Yeah.
And then she still turned around and like horrified. But to me, I'm not going to go file a complaint. I just kind of was like, this is my life. So
yeah, I mean,
that sucks.
Yeah, you hate when mothers or like parents of children get assumed that they're a babysitter or something because they are not the it's what they expect, what you expect the parents to look like. Parents can look like anything.
Yeah.
Kids can look like anything. Mm-hmm. Families are not, there's not one way to be a family.
Yeah. Yeah. What an uncomfortable thing having to watch somebody doing that weird sort of like racist math word problem in their head.
Like, how do I make myself not look like the bad guy when this was definitely my fault?
Yeah.
Some people wrote novels for this place. Like I've seen long paragraph reviews for Brixx than for Sidewall.
Yeah. I've got one right here.
Go for it.
We used to go regular in big groups here several times in month and give hundreds of dollars business each month. But we never go again here due to extremely worst customer service experience in our last visit.
Please tell me it said service and not cervix.
No, service.
Okay.
I mispronounced it.
Okay.
We had some billing issues and tried to resolve with server and manager, but instead of resolving issues, they told us that they want to call cops if we don't want to pay bill and used very irresponsible language. We had almost 300 bulks check, and we had just asked to correct incorrect billing issues, nothing else. They even don't know how to talk with regular customers. We are going to file a complaint in BBB.
What is irresponsible language?
What is 300 bulks check?
Also, they probably wanted to get a pizza for free, and the owner was like, no. And they were like, well, we're being assaulted.
Right, yeah. Yeah, and this is just another one of those things where it's like, that feeling of entitlement you have for giving your business to a place, or however much business you've given to a place, like.
But also,
You're not entitled to anything.
You gotta, yeah. I found a great one.
I'm sorry, wait, just picturing these guys going in there like, we're fucking high rollers at this place. Like, we get comped all the time at Brixx. Mm-hmm. Watch this. I'm just going to mention to the waiter that you guys should take off all our Blue Moons or our Corona bucket. And they'll do it. And then they're like, no, we're calling the cops.
Take notes, Brixx. Take notes.
All right, y'all ready for this?
Let's do it.
Restaurant had drunk moms allowing their children to run wild, throwing leaves and branches at tables and guests.
Oh my God.
When we complained, the waitress acted like we were in the wrong. Sadly, no one cared about the women driving those children home, and we were treated nastily for complaining about bushes being thrown on our table or children climbing on our table and over our heads screaming. We had a 3 and 6-year-old with us that we had to explain the other children's, the parents, and the restaurant's poor behavior too. But when we left, so they let other children climb on their heads screaming.
That's insane. What a crazy thing.
Children climbing on our tables and over our heads.
Mm-hmm.
Is the environment though? Is that the restaurant's fault, or is that again like a patron thing?
Also, I'm sorry, they were throwing a bush.
Yeah, I mean, if you're letting your kids bring fucking shrubbery inside of a restaurant, I don't think that's the restaurant's fault.
No, I don't. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's like, a little.
Yeah, God, it's been a long time since I've had that kind of like negative experience with kids in like a restaurant.
Oh, I mean, I don't remember
airplane or anything like that.
I don't really remember having any experiences to that extent.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
You hope the moms weren't actually that drunk, but it also could be people who were like, they had one beer with lunch.
I was focusing on the kids.
Yeah, right.
I was focusing on the kids. I forgot about those
the
kicked
drunk
off
moms.
With
drunk moms.
Oh, that's funny.
I like this one. This one is from a year ago. It fell apart, and I am a kid. So did my dad's. Do not order there. Is discussing in conversation. It is discussing. It will give you a new good poison. So let me just go back. This is all one long sentence with no punctuation. Mm-hmm. It fell apart, and I am a kid. So did my dad's. So I think he's saying, and so did my dad's. Pizzas also fell apart. Okay. Do not order there. It is disgusting, is what he meant, and it will give you poison. And it's actually
a child's review.
Yeah, right. Complain about our
or it's a poisoned man.
Yeah,
this could be a poisoned man
who's reduced to the grammatical abilities of a child.
Yeah, that's right.
Or the dad got poisoned, and he's writing this review in vengeance for his father.
Yeah,
that's right. Oh yeah. Yeah, he's blinded by rage.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
He's like the Batman, but of like shittier foods.
That's right. Yeah.
I feel like maybe we just haven't been at Brixx at the right times to experience any of these things, or they could be slightly embellished.
Just go into Brixx next time. Ask for like whatever, like when I used to go to Brixx there back in the day, like over 10 years ago. We always had this one bartender and waiter. His name was Kyoki. Like he was an African American guy. He had dreads. Really cool, really nice guy. Right? We loved getting that dude. Always seeing him and brought a smile to your face. I want to find someone like that veteran Brixx person there. You go in and be like, hey, what time do the drunk moms come in?
Yeah, like what time do these things happen? Yeah. We have another one that sounds like questionable behavior, but who knows?
Yeah. Where are they getting the shrimps?
Yes. Wow. That was the worst experience I've ever had. I ordered a gluten-free pizza to go. When I got there to pay for my pizza, the waitress was behind the bar playing and lifting their shirts and yelling. Then when I get my pizza, there was no sauce on it. It was bread and cheese and a few toppings. I would never return. You're telling me that at Brixx they have the waitresses pulling their shirts up? Are you kidding me?
Jeez. Oh my gosh.
I find that a little.
What were they playing?
I don't know. They were playing with their shirts up and yelling.
Hopscotch?
Mm-hmm.
Marbles?
Yeah, behind the bar.
I got this one. This person's got one of those profile photos, on their like Google profile. I won't describe too much.
That poison one. Everything's misspelled.
This person in their profile's got a little jauntily askew white fedora. So just
great.
painting a photo. Mm-hmm. I really can't give this place any stars yet. Oh my goodness. I just moved here and was so eager to enjoy this restaurant. I brought 3 people with me, was seated outside, drooled over the menu, and anticipated ordering the Hawaiian pizza. It sounded yummy. 5 minutes went by after being seated, no server in sight.
5 minutes?
10 minutes went by, still no server in sight. Well, I told my party through disappointment that I suppose we'd eat elsewhere. Proceeded to the front door, parentheses, 12 minutes in wait time, with still no sign of a server approaching. The only person we spoke to on the way out said in broken English, "We take care of you." Apparently not. I called the next day to request a manager if there was one there. The young lady asked who was calling. Giving her my first name, I was placed on hold. Almost 2 minutes went by. Someone picked up, then hung up. Should I call back? Should I attempt another outing here? Is this place worth the trouble? Very heartbreaking indeed.
Absolutely heartbreaking. It's
heartbreaking.
When you call a restaurant where no one knows who you are and you leave only your first name and then get put on hold.
Oh my God.
That's like the most heartbreaking thing.
Yeah. And like no slack.
Also, 12 minutes is not great, but also it's not. I mean, I feel like I've waited longer to get service. But if you
wait 12 minutes to be seated, I mean, what's the difference?
Exactly.
You know?
There's Larry and I, we've had discussion on the show from time to time about what is like your limit when you go to a place and the hostess tells you it's X amount of time. What is your limit that you go, no, we'll go find somewhere else, right? Like, let's not be like the kid in the red hoodie for a second here who took his business to Wild Wings to show Brixx. Yeah. Like to show one chain restaurant to another chain restaurant, like the business. What is your time limit? I think I've said before, I think 20, depending if I have my kids with me or not. If I'm with my wife, 20, 25 minutes, probably around there.
Yeah, I also don't appreciate, like, I just don't understand how, like, you would go sit and, like, not try to get anyone's attention. Like, if you waited that long, like, if you pass somebody or you go up to or you, like, stay at the table, one person goes up to the host station, like, the host stand and says, "Hey, we haven't seen a waitress yet. Mm-hmm. You know, could you have someone come by our table?" Then usually it happens. Like, sometimes, like, I feel like this is all from people who have also, like, never worked in a restaurant. It's not ideal. Sometimes it happens though. Mm-hmm. And like, you just got to call attention to it, not be like, "I will never come back again."
Yeah. Like abandoning ship and swearing vengeance isn't going to get you fed
faster. No. Cause then you got to drive somewhere else.
But to answer your question,
unless your dad's pizza falls apart and he gets poisoned.
Yeah. Poison was spelled POSIN.
Oh my God. Just to answer your question, Andrew, on the wait time thing, I think if it's a situation where it's like, I have to go in, put my name down and like sit and wait there, like 25, 30 minutes at most.
Oh, like, see, it depends on how long I want to.
If it's like a place I'm dying to eat at, I could go up to like, you know, maybe 40 minutes or something, you know, but probably 25 to 30 minutes is what I'm thinking. If I have to like sit in the lobby and wait to hear my name called. If I can go out and get a drink, like, you know, or like just walk. Yeah,
it depends depends on the setting. Like if there's something that I can do to kill a little bit of time,
do an open table thing or something. Like, you know,
a lot of people seem to be upset that they're not like large pizzas. So I don't know if people just don't know that they're not large. They're like, "Oh, the pizza was tiny." So,
I think those people are like
one size, and they're.
I think those people are stuck in like the meat and 3 phase of like, I'm gonna pay $10. I'm gonna give me a hearty ass meal.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, you can eat the whole pizza. One person can eat a whole pizza. If you're going late at night,
I've done that.
I mean,
there's no shame. I've done it. Whatever.
Oh no, we both have done it.
When I used to go with like a group of friends back in the day, we would all go around the horn of like, okay, what are you gonna get? What I'm gonna, and then we just kind of do like a potluck. So
yeah, like people keep saying, "Oh, it's such a sad little pizza for $10." Like $10 for a meal feels like fine. I mean, if you're not going to get a $10 large from Papa John's, but like you're not going to Papa John's, you're going to a restaurant.
Yeah, it's like
What
I rather like. Here's my thing too. It's like when you pay fast food prices, like you're gonna probably pay fast food. Like you're gonna pay the dividends at some point. In it's kind of like Taco Bell now serves wings. I think if you order Taco Bell wings, which are by the way queso encrusted and serve a spicy ranch.
I've heard they're disgusting.
That sounds terrible.
$5 for $5.99. So the price and the quality should tell you right there what you're in for. So if you order that, I think that's just on you in general, right?
Exactly. Yeah. If you want to have like your whole family fed for $10, like that's a noble effort. But like, I don't know where you can do that other than like going to the grocery store and buying ingredients. Like if you're going to go out somewhere, if you're going to buy food from a restaurant, you're not gonna get a huge amount of food for $10 really anywhere unless you go to fast food, or that's kind of it.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. So in general, as we wrap up, you guys totally still recommend Brixx to people?
Absolutely. Yeah. We went not that long ago. I think we went a week or two ago.
Parents there one time, even though it's just like this chain place, just as kind of a fun place,
Yeah,
the apps are really good too. They have probably one of the best, like, I mean, not to speak to like Pita House and anything like that, but like for a chain place, they probably have the best hummus I've had. Like it's like in the tricolor 3-bean hummus, whatever. It's really good.
Yeah, we haven't tried the hummus yet, but we've had the breadsticks and maybe a few other things there.
Yeah, we used to go regularly when we were doing like 2 show nights at the theater. Like if we just didn't have time to eat until after. Yeah. And it got to the point where like one of the bartenders who would usually check us out would like recognize us. Sometimes we were those people getting our pizza comped. Just because we kind of showed our face enough that they were like, hey, they'll be back next week. Why don't we give them these ones on the house?
But yeah,
so that was always much appreciated. We like Brixx.
Highly recommend.
Absolutely.
Including that. So we say this to you, we read the bad reviews and you kind of look at the good reviews at some point too, and kind of figure out like out of the 1,300 reviews of this place, maybe 60 were bad reviews, 1-star reviews, and some of them not even legit, as we've pointed out. And that being said, that's like 96% positive reviews. It's like a 4.4. I mean, you do the math there on whether or not you
were really just positive reviews for Wild Wing Cafe.
Yeah.
That one photo, that one kid and his other photo.
Yeah.
The reviews both have 1 thumb like on each of them. I'm going to take a wild guess that each one of them were each other.
So. Probably the friend.
It's so cute.
Bro, like my photo, like my review. It's going to get up there.
I'm going to become a local guide.
We're going to take them down. You can take them down too. Go to Brixx Pizza on Woodruff Road and the shops at Greenwich. I don't like the shops at Greenwich. I used to work there for 10 years. It is a nightmare. But Brixx, certain time of day, it's worth it. Get you a good value there. Check out Segments podcast also with Lindsay and Manus. It's on iTunes and all the things at Audible there, including our podcast as well. You can like, subscribe, and all the things there. Whatever you listen to voices on, just hit that and do more reviews. And we got some more stuff to you that are not park related. We don't like parks. Swear to God, we won't do parks.
Yeah, in fact, anti-park. Mm-hmm.